Hello, lovely people. Mr. Xstitch here, daily vlog. All this thinking about Bitcoin's got me thinking about selling my comics, which doesn't seem to stack up, but sort of does in a way. I've collected comics, superhero comics namely, since I was about 12. And the last time we moved house, which was nearly a year ago, before we moved, I put quite a few of them for sale on eBay and stuff like that. I think at the time I had something like 11 long boxes of comics going back quite a long way. So I managed to get rid of quite a few of the ones that were kind of ones I bought in the 90s that weren't necessarily high value, but every now and again there'd be a little nugget in the collection. I'd sell them as like quite big batches, so you had to buy like 20 comics at once, and one of them would be high value, but it would help me get rid of the rest. But I saved an awful lot of them because I was like, no, I must read those one day. I'm going to read them. They'll be great. The kids will love them, blah, blah, blah. But now I'm like, and it's a shame because these are things that I've lugged around every single house I've moved into since. Even when I was at uni back in the late 90s, I would be taking these boxes of comics with me from one house to another and moving them all the way back. And I remember one particular, about 4 houses ago, we moved from one house that we were renting to the house next door, but one that we bought. And so the house move was very much a manual process. But I took like 11 boxes down from the loft and put them up in the loft in a different house. And that's where they end up, or in this case, they've ended up in the garage, So I think bit by bit, I'm going to sell most of them, invest in Bitcoin, maybe pick up some graphic novels of the ones that I think were really worth it. But it's just funny. I have to avoid that trap of like looking into my comics too deeply or starting to read them, because I've got some great series, things like Saga, Sex Criminals. I've got loads of like Fantastic Four, X-Men. I was very superhero-y when I was a kid, and then when Image Comics came out, that kind of changed everything, and I moved forward with that. But I've got some pretty big collections that I'm going to be shifting because, I think I've realised, and I think this is kind of what happens when you get kids as well, you just realise that a lot of the sentimental attachment you have to things maybe isn't as worth it as it used to be. I don't know. But anyway, if you're interested in comics, keep an eye out for Mr. Xstitch on eBay, because that's where I'll be selling them. And I've got a few that will be corkers. Yeah. If you ever want any comic book recommendations, let me know. To be honest, best comic I've read in a long time is East of West by Jonathan Hickman. I enjoyed that so much that I bought some big, heavy hardback graphic novels of those because they were great. Superb story, self-contained story, absolutely brilliant. Heartily recommend that. Anyway, that's all I have to say for today. I'm trying to get my head down and do the magazine, which is failing, as you can see, because I'm talking to you. And I went for a run earlier, and I've made some pizza. So I'm clearly procrastinating. Trying not to start looking through the comics now, because otherwise I will get no work done. But you guys like comics? Let me know. Talk to you tomorrow.